My goal is to perfect all games in my Steam collection. Why? Because what else is there to do? Save the world? Of course, but first let me get my hands on. This game is last from 3 Dishonored titles that I all completed. Released in September 15, 2017 with 30 achievements, the plot is set a couple of months after the end of Dishonored 2. Billy Lurk returns to Karnaca to reunite with her mentor, the legendary assassin Dowd. Buckle up and enjoy the show. Starting now. After disembarking the dreadful whale, I come across some rats to have a typical chit-chat. Riding a scuffed electrified carriage from a hidden station, abandoned and blocked off, I break these planks and talk to more rats for the achievement. In first encounter with the guard, I kill him. In this game there is no low chaos and high chaos feature anymore, but there is an achievement for not killing anyone for an entire mission and passing the game without detections, which I went for in the second playthrough. The first playthrough is unhinged. To prove that, I'm gonna kill everyone here. I went through this event to kill the boss babe, and this dog here is about to get a special treatment. New stuff in this game are these contracts as side missions that you get in every mission. Later I fucked up one of them and I need to complete them all for a Chivo, so let's leave those aside for the next playthrough. I alerted everyone, killed the horde and freed dried up Dowd for a Chivo. He says that he wants to do one last job before he dies. And that is to kill the black-eyed outsider, the dude that started the whole set of events in the series. At Dreadful Whale, the outsider showed up to rape me and thus gave me superpowers. After briefing with Dowd about twin-bladed knife, the only weapon to end outsider's existence and its location, we head out to Upper Syria and our first obstacle is this gate which I jump over. Our job is to find 2 keys for a vault that keeps the ancient knife. First key is obtained from Ivan Jacobi. I ought to find him in his apartment, but he went off to practice his speech here, so I killed everyone and snatched his apartment key for the first vault key. The second vault key is in the mansion of the renowned singer Shen Yun, and to gain access to it, we need to find that he and his love, I killed her, use a secret knock to open the door and his maid opens, and I killed her. Far up above, there's a safe that uses voice recognition to open, and with semblance we took Shen Yun's face, and for a moment Billy thought about singing, but realized she can't match the skills, but at least it got me a Chivo. To really open the safe, I need to go down the floor to Shen Yun's display of items, shut off the floor of light, grab the "Release thy golden locks, Gloriana" audiograph, play it near the microphone, and there's the second key and the Chivo. And this is the mission that makes this game. We are to rob a bank while Dowd chills here and gives us directions. There are 3 ways to do it. One involves plunging into the sewers like a rat and working our way up from there. The first thing to do after killing the typewriter is to press the service door button. Now we ought to watch out for these 2 arc pylons. Here is the reveal of a new type of smiling and improved clockwork soldiers, the Sentinels. And after disabling the wall of light, I found out that to pass this metal gate, I'll need an updated security code that even the poor guard doesn't know, so she's doomed to be locked out. I drop on this clockwork sentinel twice to destroy it and get to the basement to steal Chief Peña's codes. Somehow speaking the code into microphone didn't raise any questions about whose voice it is, and I was let in. Here I had a bone charm that I can use displace by quickly tapping the right click and got fucking jump scared when I teleported into a guy and it made him explode and I got an achievement for that. Next I got into a safe control room and I could choose which floor I want the safe to move to, and as it raises an alarm when I do that and I didn't know where the security guy is, I left the safe staying on the 2nd level and got up to the director's office. Killed both director and an applicant and it raised the sentinels from slumber, so I destroyed them. I pressed the button from her desk and revealed the vault key, and through the elevator got through the secret vault operation room and got to this drawer with a lever which helps me unlock the brakes from the vault, and it goes plunging down and... I I got an achievement while dead. Down there, the 100-ton vault now dipped in water. I open and there I put the 2 vault keys from previous mission and revealed the twin-bladed knife to kill the outsider, and he immediately senses it and takes us to the void, proposing that Dowd is already dead and bargaining with Billy about what will be left over if he's gone too. Returning to the dreadful whale, Billy assured herself of Dowd's death and enraged burned his carcass on a huge fire that is her ship. Farewell, dreadful whale.
Dowd is dead, and Megan Foster died with him.
Okay, here I am at the Royal Conservatory, flooded with overseers. From reading this ledger, we find that they are guarding an archive with info about the entrance to the void, and I've come here to steal it. From what I've done here in Dishonored 2, I can see that the building is quite in shambles, and in the interior most of the display cases and areas are covered up. Here, where the Oraculum device stands, there are new enemies, the Oracular Sisters. They have blindfolds over eyes, but they put up a good fight and block like crazy, kinda like Daredevil. Eventually, I get to the Vice Overseer Cardoza and finish him grotesquely and barge into the Sister Roswin seance with the grenade. I get the Silvergraph archive for a Chivo and find a projector to learn about Shinderay North Quarry and how there the void leaks through a thin membrane of reality. So we set course for Shinderay Peak. After a brief philosophical encounter with the outsider, where he foreshadows how knowing his name could save him, we have our first encounter with the cultists. They're taking their steam off on another member of the cult, as he didn't follow the rigid tenets to know truth. He sought solace in mundane things by feeding the rats. Later, I used displace on a place displace marker that I placed on a target while using foresight. It's similar to using displace on a target, but this one is by using foresight. Here, for this elevator, 3 bodies are needed for it to function. Up here, I see 2 cultists witnessing the passage of the Unvisioned through the ripple of the void and pondering if it could see them. I make my way to the library, and this is the last stretch to access the void. It is guarded by many cultists, but I quickly slice them all up and find this ravine, and inside is the Eye of the Dead God, and touching it, I access the void. Now I need to make my way down, and after losing miserably to the Rocksteady Envisioned, I chose to take the shortcut here, tumbling down somehow managing, and there's an Envisioned that was too slow to catch me, and I accessed the ritual hold. I can walk on water here. The stones and cliffs are floating in the air, and there is the Black Bastard. And there is the black-eyed bastard pathetically bound in stone with the wretched grimace on his face. And I chose to kill him, and Billy pierces through his heart with a twin-bladed sword, and for a moment we see his beautiful green eyes revealed before blood surges over them, and we lower him on the floor. And Dowd enters the scene telling that the world will now finally change, but we as killers will stay the same with knots in our hearts. Hey, we got a Chivo! Woohoo! In second playthrough, it's a little harder. We shall not be detected for an entire game to get a shadow achievement, but I can kill people except for in one mission for another Chivo. Thank God there's only 7 of these paintings to collect. This first one is here, the other ones are in mission 2 and 3. I'm still keeping contracts for a third playthrough, and I'm gonna take this plagued spirit made from plagued rats. People here drink this stuff to throw on 3 or more people to make them vomit for a Chivo, and I died. Here when I saved Dowd, he stopped time and killed the whole crib, and it doesn't count in my kill count, so I got the Chivo Agent of Mercy. In mission 2 I got busy like I did with your mom. I got to the black market and bought a makeshift bolt upgrade, and then went here on the second floor and shot all of my voltaic bolts and picked up this fountain pen that now serves as ammo and killed this guy downstairs for an achievement. Then, here's this guy that's fishing at the dam, and for him I placed this hook mine and it's slingshot in 40 meters for an achievement. For my fellow Americans, that's equal to 20 basketball players standing on each other's shoulders. Then I went to the closed-off pharmacy to take a painting and went to visit Ivan Jacoby, who occasionally stands on the trapdoor while giving his speech. You need to get through this cellar, and at the end there's a lever that makes him flop like a fish. In Shanyun's crib, I used semblance on this pretty girl, and this guard saluted me to the bathroom. I used this dumbwaiter to get to the 3rd floor and took this painting, annihilated everyone in Shanyon chambers, and took another painting and went down at the display and crashed the glass and displaced myself in it for an achievement for not disabling the floor of light. In Mission 3 near entrance there's this drowned guy with key to this boat and a familiar self-portrait that is now collectible. Later I met up with Teresia Cienfuegos to find out about laudanum, also called poppy tincture, that I can use to put everyone at the bank to sleep. But her pharmacy got closed and all her belongings are now being sold at an auction that I attended by stealing her face, and after some bidding at 480 coins I got a painting and a poppy tincture which would in the black market be sold for 800. With that I snuck past guards in bank exterior by balconies and filled up one whale oil tank to power up a painter's lift to the roof, and there shoved the poppy tincture into the vent. Now I can traverse the bank quietly while everyone is asleep. So first I collected this painting and got to the main lobby. Only the 2 sentinels are roaming the place, and now I need to find a way to get past the wall of light without turning it off. Foresight will help with that, as I can place the displace marker through the block door and bust through. First, I want to get the last painting in the basement, but this annoying sentinel got first and I had to maneuver past him, but I marked him with foresight so that I know where he's at and where he's looking. After getting all the paintings, I went to the director's office to pick up a key and got to the vault systems to get the lever, and again undid the brakes, and although it makes hell of a noise and someone could even be heard raising an uproar, it still goes towards the stealth achievement, and when I opened the vault there were 5 safes that use Fibonacci sequence as codes. That is one more achievement. And when I escaped through sewers and loaded up the previous area, the achievement Perfect Crime that states that all staff in the bank should be asleep and none of the defense systems are turned off finally popped for me. The hardest achievement in the game. Moving on to mission 4, this had to be done silently. I'm yeeting this guy with new sword power Void Strike over the fence so that he dies. Then, where the Oraculum is and where the 2 Oracular Sisters are, I had to Void Strike 4 of these smoking sensors to unveil some more prophecies and an achievement. Making my way unnoticed, which should be easy cause this bitch is blind, but they hear. But no matter, I make my way up and steal Brother Cardoz's face and talk to Sister Rosewind, which carelessly gives me the thing and I get an achievement. Last mission is easy as fuck. I'ma just skip this getting to the eye undetected, and here I got to destroy this envisioned by anticipating where he will pass. Place the displace marker there and teleport it in him so he gets staggered, and then I finish him and just see this beautiful animation. What a piece of art. And then I got down to the outsider and bargained with Dowd about sparing him, but this is actually the worst point in the game for me, as I saved my only save file here and I forgot one key thing back there, and that's learning his name. So I had to go back all the way near the Eye of the Dead God to pick up a key from this Malchiori dude and then get to his fanboy crib and unravel the puzzle for the save code, and in there is a letter that says that the outsider mark was the outsider's name all this time, but only the dead can pronounce it. So I went back to Dowd and he whispers it in his ear, and boy oh boy, the boy is back. Free from all the noise, and we can see those beautiful eyes once again, and got the achievement, and it vaguely wraps up the story. Outsider is immortal again, but what is with the void? Does it exist anymore? So many questions still. But I also got the Shadow achievement and the hard part is now done. Just some more shit to do. Original Game Plus, why now? Because the game exchanges our powers with these, and it would be harder to get Shadow achievement, but all we need to do now are contracts. Here where the boss babe with Dowd's key is, there's a white dog I need to fry for our first contract. Then I have to find out the recipe of the Plague Spirit and destroy their stash. In mission 2, first I tattooed myself to join the cult, and then I went to Black Market to accept 4 contracts. First one is to make this mime unconscious and throw him down the dam. Second is to access the Eyeless Cult Club with our new tattoo, kill everyone so we can move through space better, and there's this Alberto guy, they've been draining from bodily fluids and I bring him to safety. For third, I have to come back for this bartender that I didn't kill and bring it to this crate on some roof. And for fourth, I have to stalk this babe from the bank all the way to Rendezvous Place with her associate and kill both of them. Mission 3, Black Market. I buy Poppy Tincture with my mercenary wealth, and again there's 4 contracts on the billboard. First one is to again pick up Duke Abel's painting for the worst contract award. Second one is to pickpocket this guard near the bank without harming or alarming him. I again drop the Poppy Tincture, and here in the lobby I have to turn off the wall of light as there is no way to pass it with blink. For the third contract I had to copy down some bank customer's address from the director's office. And for the fourth I had to break into this safe in the basement with code provided in contract. Fourth mission is the last mission with contracts. Black Market is hidden at the far end of the street on 2nd floor, barricaded. We have 3 final contracts to clear. First is to traverse through this building filled with tripwire traps, so I carefully get to the thing. Second is to acquire this book from the elevator. And third and final contract is the hardest contract in the game, and that is to kill every overseer and oracular sister in the level, except Brother Cardoza. We need to knock him out and bring him to the musical torture chair for the contractor to have fun with. The level has more than 50 enemies, so weeding them all out was doozy. The multiple basement rooms and 3 overseers outside of the Royal Conservatory are maybe the hardest to find dudes, and you shouldn't use hand grenades as that can make someone unconscious and then you can never find them again. I just used my sword and eventually got the achievement. Get the outsider and we're done here. And that's it! Holy shit!